One of the things that we're always talking about at Blue Fuse is, protecting our buyers. Because we were just talking about that it really is a seller's market, but a buyer actually has 13 ways that they could get out of a contract. Yeah. That's kind of hard to believe, right?
Yeah, there are 13 ways you can get out of a contract. And that's, so on the buyer side, so when you're buying a house, you want to work with somebody that knows all about the 13.
Yes, you do.
Right? And knows how to use them to your advantage. But if you're listing your house, if you're working on the seller side, then you want to work with a team that's going to scour the contract and make sure that all of the details are covered, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, to make sure that, the seller's fully protected.
Yeah. Listen, on the listing side, a lot of people are, my house is going to sell fast.
Yeah,
it's just going to sell fast. No big deal. Do you know 13 ways that your buyer could get out of that contract? We're not going to go over all 13 of them today because you might get a little bored hearing all 13 of them today. But I would like to go over a couple of them so that you understand a few different common ways that a buyer may break a contract legally.
Yeah, legally is the key for sure. Mm-hmm. So the first is in Texas, we have something called the option period. And that's whenever you enter into a contract, there's a period of time where the buyer has the option to back out. And they could back out for any reason. They could back out for no reason at all. They could back out because they did an inspection and they determined something was wrong or they're unable to negotiate repairs. Mm-hmm. They could back out because they found a better house.
Yeah. So the option period is one way. Another way that a buyer can get out of the contract, again, legally, is if they have a finance addendum to it. And then they actually have to be able to get the money to get the house. And there's a certain period of time that is negotiable within that contract. And if they can't get their financing within that time, they get to walk away from the contract.
That's exactly right. And then the last way that people, the last of the three that we're going to cover today anyway, is via the HOA. So if the home is in a homeowners association, then the seller has to produce documents that they outline the HOA covenants.
And it usually takes a little bit of time to get these documents. And then once the seller gets these documents, they get the opportunity to review them. And if something in this document popped up that they didn't agree with, that they didn't know about, that they didn't like, they have a few days to review that and they can opt out of the contract.
That's right. So there are a lot of ways that a buyer can get out of a contract and just a lot of ways that the buyer can cost money to the seller through negotiation. So you want to work with a team that can make it work, whatever side you're on, make it work best for you.
Yeah, if you have any questions about this, you need to call the Blue Fuse team because at Blue Fuse, we make real estate awesome for you.